On The Entrepreneur this week, lights, camera, action. We are in studio with Lucia Kasaon Bukala of Taluna Studios as she tells us what led her to the photography industry. Then we cut glass with Bernard Kimathi of Chanix Glass Mart as we find out more about his chosen profession. Lucia Kasaon Bukala goes about her daily routine at Taluna Studios. This business, though, would not have seen the light of day had Lucia found a photo studio when she desperately needed one.
We were taking my young son to kindergarten for the first time, and all the kindergartens kept asking for passport size photos for the kids. So, and then I was like, where will I take a passport photo? And I didn't want to take him all the way to town. This mall was very new. I came, I looked around, I was like, is there no place I can do a passport size photo? They were like, no. Yeah. So that's how the idea was born. I just decided, okay, well, that's an opportunity. I didn't have any idea what I need. So I literally Googled everything. And then that's how the idea was born.
Situated at the Gateway Mall in Syokimau, Taluna Studios specializes in photography, videography, and graphic design. The company also offers cyber cafe services. According to Lucia, her company has garnered favorable feedback so far.
I would say most of the population in Syokimau, where we are young families. So, and as you know, with young families, kids are very cranky. The Mombasa Road Jam is not a piece of pie for most young families when they're just simple things like taking a passport shot for your 1-year-old for insurance or your kindergarten kid going to school. It was such a hassle. So they were really relieved. And then it grew. We started now doing family portraits. Now we started doing, we even now started doing weddings and even corporate shoots.
Taluna Studios was established in August 2015. Since it began its operations, the company has taken thousands of photographs. Lucia, a former business intelligence analyst at Ascribe Limited and at the Bridge International School, is of the opinion that the entrepreneurship bag came her way.
As I mentioned earlier, I had worked for 8 years. Since the moment I cleared high school campus, I started working. I've never had a break. So when this opportunity came, I didn't really think that I would leave employment. But as we started running the business, I realized I need to dedicate my time. Not even when I was just running the business, it hit me. Even just when I was constructing the actual studio, I realized I need to. This is something new for me. I'm not a photographer, neither am I a videographer, neither am I a graphic designer.
Before Lucia quit her 9-to-5 job, she used her husband as a sounding board. At first, he laughed it off, but after realizing how serious his wife was, he became her biggest supporter. Her friends, though, were a different prospect.
I actually told no one outside my husband. I told no one, absolutely, until a week before I launched the studio. I didn't tell my friends, I didn't tell my family. I was so afraid of, I wouldn't say naysaying, I would say I was so afraid of all the fears that might be implanted in my head when they say, but you don't know anything about photography, but photography is a dying world. Who goes to the studio anymore? I was so afraid of all those questions coming to life. So I just literally didn't tell anyone until the week before we opened. That's when I told guys, this Saturday or such a date, you're coming to Syokimau to visit me and you're passing by the mall. We are launching something. So when guys came, they were really surprised. They were like, yeah, you just went and did it.
With a degree in management systems, Lucia admits that she had to grapple in the dark before finding her feet. Nevertheless, the IT specialist had an ally, Google.
I wouldn't say no one talks to you, but no one tells you the exact details. So I found it very hard to relay what I'm finding on Google out there in the UK or in the Americas, what they're doing, relaying it back to Kenya. So because I will find all this fancy equipment, I'm like, where will I even buy it? Do I need to go and buy on eBay? Okay, yeah, there are some really nice photographers, fashion photographers out there in the world. Am I gonna get them here?
Even though Taluna Studios had been in operation for the last 1 year, Lucia is very anxious to see how it grows. She even admits that she is a tad bit impatient.
I keep wanting to just buy everything now. But you see, with money and a new business, money comes in stages. You have to have a 1 year plan to buy several equipment. So that's my greatest challenge right now. I keep wanting to buy a bigger piece than I can. And then I feel a bit impatient. And when you do go to the financiers to talk to them about your expansion plan, and all that, things like interest rates, and they really cut you off, because it's a challenge. It's a challenge getting finance in Kenya, I will say, for a small business, especially startups.
In any business enterprise, marketing is a very important function that should not be taken lightly. Lucia found out this fact the hard way. Initially, the 31-year-old did not pay much attention to this department.
I've always thought once you just open a shop inside a mall, people will just walk in. Yeah, that did not happen. You can open a full day and not have anyone come to your studio if you do not market. And it doesn't have to be a studio, it can be really anything. So as a new business owner, it really struck a chord that all this time, you go to school, you go to conferences, everyone keeps telling you marketing is the backbone of your business. And you're always like, if I put an advert in a magazine, it's so expensive, or do this number of flyers, or do certain number of activations. It's so expensive, why do I need to do it? But then I came to realize that if you don't market, no one is walking in through your doors.
Lucia also hopes to use more social media avenues in the near future. It is with this in mind that she is sprucing up her Facebook, Instagram and Twitter pages so as to connect with a much younger tech-savvy audience. Lucia's background in IT has put her business in good stead.
For every job that we do, I have created a system where it's automatically populated in the system, and it gives me analytics of the day-to-day running and the day-to-day sales, expenses. At the end of the month, it also analyzes for me how the business is projecting, the profit margin, the expected turnover, things like that. Which month we're doing badly, which month we're doing well, which our main, what our clients asking of us the most, what is not so popular, which time of the month does the business do well, when does it not?
Taluna Studios currently has 3 employees on its roster. Lucia believes that the growth of the mobile phone industry has not affected her line of business. Instead, it has a positive effect on the photography industry.
So when people come to a studio, they even expect better quality. So it works in our favors because, one, our cameras are not the phone cameras. So the quality they well appreciate professionalism in the photography industry and videography. So when people walk in now, you don't have to explain to them why you're charging them a certain amount for a particular kind of shoot. They actually understand that cameras are not cheap. Good quality is not easy to achieve. It's a profession that has to be respected.
Lucia believes that the photography industry is a vibrant one, and that is why she is positioning herself to take advantage of the expected windfall.
I want to actually own all the equipment that we use for all our projects. Because right now, it's nearly impossible for a startup to own all the range of equipment. So what I tend to do is, for the really expensive equipment, I lease from someone who I've noticed tends to lease to almost everyone else within Nairobi. So I always feel like, why I don't want to give that money to someone else. If I had the equipment myself, it will be much more profitable venture in any case, because there's some events that keep coming on and off, and you keep having to lease this equipment.
So, what words of advice does Lucia Kasaon Bukala have for aspiring entrepreneurs?
Jump in with both feet. If you truly believe in your idea, you will know deep down if you truly believe in it. Yeah, you won't even need to convince so many people about your idea. You will just know it's right. Jump into it. Yes, you'll be broke 1 year, 2 years, but after that, as everyone's testimony in the entrepreneurship world is, after the few years of suffering, the phoenix rises from the ashes.
Don't go away, the entrepreneur will be right back.